Yo, what's the deal? It's your player partner, Bobby WHJ. Coming at you yet again with another live broadcast here, Bobby, yeah, Imperial Vision. We waiting on my blessed brother, Johnny Boy, to pull up onto the platform so that we can jump into this content. We got Johnny Boy on the platform, man. Let's bring him up. This right here, man, I know a lot of people feel a certain type of way about Brother Robert, but it's not up for debate. You know what I mean? The brother probably got a crazy, preferences and all that in his individual's, sex life, but you can't dispute the fact that Robert is the king of R&B. There's nobody in R&B living or passed away that can top Robert when it comes to making R&B. You feel what I'm saying? That's just is what it is. Let's bring Brother Johnny Boy up so that we can jump into this content. Brother Johnny Boy, how are you doing, my brother?
405,000.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I was gonna get a home out here and shit in Vegas because it's cheaper than fucking LA.
What's the deal, Bobby?
You live, my man.
Oh, on me. What's the deal, man?
Hey, let's be relaxed. Just call me Yeah, my brother.
Oh yeah.
Nobody calls me Bobby, like nobody, not even my mother, brother. But yeah, man, I got the content, man. We're gonna jump into this content. But before we get into the content, I want to ask you a question, man. I just got off the phone with one of my homegirls, right? And
the link is in the chat.
she did this. Hold on, let me share this with you. See if I can bring it up. So me and her is comparing playlists. Just say you chilling with your wife and you want to put on some songs to set the mood. I want to know, would you go with Group A, which I'm about to read to you now, or Group B? Group A is H-Town, Jodeci, Silk, Joe, and Isley Brothers. Or would you go with Group B, which is R. Kelly, Pretty Ricky, Genuine, Jodeci, and Usher?
See, I'm gonna take Robert off the list on B and move Robert to A, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it with that 90s R&B though. Yeah, I like the oldies and shit, man, the Isley Brothers and shit like that. But I fuck with Kelly. I just compartmentalize, as you all know. I can't get with the brother what he do in his personal life. Exactly. But when it comes down to writing that music, that dude is a genius.
Right. So you saying that if you wanted to set the mood, you would prefer to go with you. Okay. So if we going with Group A and you putting Robert on Group A list, who are you taking off? Because it's H-Town, Jodeci, Silk, Joe, and Isley Brothers. Who would you take off to put Brother Robert on there?
I'm gonna take Silk off.
Silk?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Y'all hear this? You gonna put Joe over Silk?
Yeah, man, because the H-Town and the knocking the boots, man. That's my shit right there, man. But that's just what I prefer though.
I mean, I can dig it. It's your preference. I can dig it, man. Jay Jeezy said Jodeci and Isley and R. Kelly. I can dig it, man. Yeah. So for my folks, yes, sir.
No, go ahead. I was agreeing.
Yeah, for my folks that's tuning in, we you made it hard. See Group A, but add Jodeci to A. So he going with Group A, but he want to add Jodeci to A. Hold on. Let's go back to this right here, babe. So he going with Group A. So Group A is H-Town, Jodeci, Silk, Joe, and the Isley Brothers. So Jodeci is already on Group A.
Yeah.
We talking about if you gonna set the mood and you about to, you about to get it cracking. We ain't just chilling. You about to do some FUCKING. That's what these playlists consist of. It ain't just chilling at the house with the missus or a possible love interest and y'all sipping wine, watching Netflix or something like that. I'm talking about you about to get into them. You know what I mean? You about to So now that y'all know that. Do you still go with the same list? Remove Silk and add R. Kelly and go with the same list that you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna still keep the same list.
Okay, Johnny Big Time said I said it too fast. Okay, Group A, it consists of H-Town, Jodeci, Silk, Joe, and the Isley Brothers. Group A consists of R. Kelly, Pretty Ricky, Genuine, Jodeci, and Usher. So I want to know if y'all in the comment section is still going to, go with what you was going with, or do you change? Because for me, if you're trying to set the mood and do some, possibly making a baby, you know what I mean? For me, it's off top Group B. R. Kelly, freak of all freaks, Pretty Ricky. Man, listen, there's so many younger ladies back in the early 2000s. Their parents didn't even let them listen to Pretty Ricky because their music was too, getting ready to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then we got Genuine. Oh
yeah.
man, in the late 90s, wasn't nobody fucking with Genuine, not even Usher. Usher couldn't even hold a light or a match to Genuine. Then we got Jodeci. Jodeci is arguably one of the greatest R&B groups of all times. Would you agree or disagree?
I would agree with you on that.
So if it was a versus, and I know this ain't gonna this will never happen because a member of H-Town passed away. But if we was going Jodeci versus H-Town, who would you pick?
I'm gonna go Jodeci.
There we go. And then at the end of Group B is Usher. Usher is still relevant to today, still doing his thing, you know what I mean? Still getting the women, moist and moisturize and all this and all that. So without further ado, my folks, we're going to jump into this content. We're going to bring it up. And Johnny Boy and I are going to assess this and address this. We're going to be sharing this content from none other than Damian Porter. So we're going to be doing somewhat of a reaction to a reaction. So let's get cracking. Let's bring this up, man. Shout out to Damian Porter, man.
Shout out China Man.
Channel. It slipped me that day. That's all it was. My bad, bro. But normally I try to give credit to the content creators, even though I've seen people using my videos lately, particularly, and never saying my damn name not one time. But that's them and I'm me. So I apologize.
Hey, brother Damian Porter, China Man, I want to give him a shout out because he has grown. Because typically with a person getting at him the way he said that Rich Trapper got at him, typically, man, he would have exploded. He would have went crazy. He would have been talking about popping up over people's houses, waiting outside their door. That's how he did me and young Ann Hefe. You know what I'm talking about? But it shows a significant amount of progress on the brother behalf, man. We're going to jump into it. Let's get it.
Apologize for that Trap News Network. This is his content. He, reacting to this from No Jumper. I'm gonna go off of his, and let's get into this, man. These dudes done called. Brick Baby done called in and said this here.
A Brick Baby about to tap in from the federal penitentiary to talk about what he got going on in his world. Let's get into this content.
Teen pregnancy. It was over.
We got an emergency call coming in from the local jail. Hello? Brick Baby.
Yo, I know I'm an hour late, but we not $1 short, are we?
Hey, we in this bitch, bro. We got Rios here, we got Munchie B, we got Lush, and we got your girl, former stylist, I guess, Jess West.
Rick!
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I love you, brother.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you say?
I said she was my stylist, Jess. That's what she was my stylist.
We were selling wigs, remember?
Yeah, she was selling wigs, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, I know what's going on. I know exactly what it is.
For
What's
sure.
going on with the home team?
What's up, Rick? We just swapping war stories, talking about everything that's going on, man. Not our war stories.
It's hot out here in it's hot out here in the LA streets right now, man. Goddamn.
Hey, man. It's crack.
Goddamn. It's the best thing to say.
It's bracking. It's everything.
Yeah.
It cracks and it bracks.
So where do we start? Hey, y'all talk about YG, man, because I feel like that's I don't want to talk about it like that, but I feel like that's the hottest thing going. And David Trout going crazy. It's all type of shit going crazy.
Man, listen, hey, YG, your friend, bro.
Yeah, that's my brother.
That's what I was just trying to tell.
That's my brother.
That's what I was trying to tell them. And then just a little bit disappointment that the communication ain't what you feel it should be or whatever. And but that's your friend. And David, he bounded your back.
Wait, pause. Wasn't it a time that Brick Baby was going after YG?
See, I got late into this social media scene, so I believe it. I could believe it, but
because he feel like YG was exploiting the late great Nipsey Hussle and saying, a few things that he was saying, but he kind of sent some shots at YG. So I guess now he's incarcerated and YG ain't fucking with him like that. Now he's saying that he wished the communication to be better. If a nigga don't fuck with you, a nigga don't fuck with you. If a nigga fuck with you, a nigga fuck with you. That's it. That's all. You feel what I'm saying? You got anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, because you could tell how a person, you could tell if somebody really fuck with you. I wouldn't give a fuck if it's family, friends. You can just watch how people treat you and see if they genuinely fuck with you or not. Right. If it's genuine, you can tell. I got genuine homeboys that treat me better than my family. Righteous. I call for anything in the world, my nigga. But then you got some family members that want to know why you need it and this and that, or why they got to do this. Or if it's a why behind anything, I don't need it from you. Because if you ask me for something and I'm able to do it, I ain't gonna never say why. Righteous. So check it out. Let's get it. Let's see what Brick Baby got to say about the situation with the dude named David.
Banging here, Abel Road. David, you feel me?
Come on, man. Come on, that off the rip. Yeah, I said it on. If y'all pay attention to when we were talking about it before, I always said.
Okay, so Munchie B, as you hear right there, says that David is bounty jail banging. That's the county jail. David is in the county jail banging. I guess he's banging some hood.
What?
And he says he's on Abel Road.
Abel Road.
Meaning he's on.
How is this possible? How could a guy with the charges that he have, whether he did it or not, how could he? Hey, Hebrew Dave, hey, forgive me, man. I want to give you a shout out and give you acknowledgement. I wasn't overlooking you. It's just they was talking and I ain't want to interrupt the thing by, saying shout out to Hebrew Dave, but I highlight and I pinned your comment for a second just to let you know that I acknowledge you. Much love and respect. I got you. Yeah, I don't know how this guy David is walking the main line with these type of charges that he got on him. He's supposed to be in high power or PC. So I don't know if there's any truthfulness to that. You want to add anything to that?
The selective politicking.
Nah, it ain't that much selective politicking, big dog, because being that his case is public, it's in the public, it's been all on the news with those type of charges, and especially with it being a young Latina female. If the blacks don't handle it, then the Hispanics will handle it. So it'll go up with the blacks if the blacks were harboring. But when I come from, we say harboring, and I got a lot of slack because of that, harboring busters and all this and all that. So let me pronounce it the correct way. For harboring someone that got those type of charges. Like, you feel what I'm saying? The Mexicans will get into it with the blacks.
It's got to be the money, though. The only reason I could justify it is the money. That nigga probably extorting that nigga.
Can't be like that, Heedy. Because if it was over the money and for the money, then Tory Lanez wouldn't have got politicked on. If it was about the money.
From what I understood, Tory Lanez was trying to get at the nigga girl during the visit, though. That's disrespect.
Well, you know what? It's like, forgive me, because that probably wasn't a good analogy nor example, because Tory Lanez is on a PC yard. So it's not that much protocol over there. You feel what I'm saying? But on a structured yard and in a county jail, I don't care how much money you got. I don't care if the blacks extort you, this, that, and third. With that type of crime, the Hispanics aren't going to allow it. And the victim that he allegedly did these things to, she's a young Hispanic female. So the essays most definitely would have politic. It would have went up over that.
So why you think they ain't do it?
Huh?
Why you think they ain't move on a nigga?
I don't know if he's actually on mainline. Munchie B can just be running his mouth talking.
You right? Okay. That's something I take out the equation. I didn't even think about that. He just probably.
I don't know if the guy's on mainline. Number one, he has a high publicity case. That right there can get you sent. I think it's called Star Row. That'll get you sent to the high power flow. And then number two, he's a celebrity that has toured internationally. And then number three, the crime he's in there for. I do not see this brother being on mainline, but we're gonna get back into it. Let's jump into it.
On the main line, he's in one of these modules. But you can get away with stuff in the county jail. But when you get to the penitentiary, you'll be cooked, depending on your crime. And if he's guilty of the crime that he's accused of, he would be in line to be cooked. Yeah. He's not supposed to be on the main line.
Exactly.
My brother, we just, the communication would have been better. I don't think that certain shit would have transpired. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hey, but David know what a spread tastes like now.
Wait, what you say?
David eating spread now. He on spread fire. He found it out now.
Now, if you watched this episode earlier, Munchie B's attitude and demeanor and conversation towards Brick Baby is way different now that Brick Baby's on the phone versus what it was when Munchie B was just talking about him. But I guess
So the nigga thought about it.
Okay, so Trap News there said that Munchie B's attitude was different when he was just talking about Brick Baby than it is now. How different it was.
I
What he
could
was.
have found
Oh,
a
man.
video.
He was 17.
On the spread, man. That's hot.
Wild.
Spread bad.
You know, the craziest headline I saw about
Excited about Brick Baby.
My mama, you hear me?
Yeah. The craziest thing I
want to spread bad.
You know, the craziest headline I saw about David is that
I won a spread bag.
On the spread, man. That's hot.
Wild.
What the fuck?
Oh, man.
he was 17. The girl hits him up. She says she's 16. She's actually 11.
What?
That's just
Wow.
like, what is
An
that?
11-year-old have a 60-year-old body.
I mean, yeah, he's probably playing dumb if you really.
11-year-old and a 16-year-old body, Brick Baby says. I don't care what kind of body she had. She's 11 years old.
Whoa.
First of all, that's a little sick to even think like that.
Right.
Who cares about her body? Who's looking at her body? She's 11 years old.
Well, I just want to interject real quick. Now, we know that they're putting different type of hormones and whatnot in these foods that we are all eating. What's the deal? Hey, I got my uncle in here, man. Hey, I got your little homie from Bonniana's on here too, Johnny Boy, man.
What's happening?
Love you. Abundance of love. Y'all got an uncle from Bonniana's. I ain't gonna say his name, but for those who know who you know, that's my uncle from Nicholson Garden Housing Projects. But being that they putting these different hormones and whatnot in the foods that we consume, a lot of these young ladies are getting their menstruation quicker. They're developing breasts and other parts of their anatomy is developing quicker. You feel what I'm saying? Their body's maturing faster, but their mind is not. So this is the thing. Just say if an 11-year-old does have a body of somebody that's older, how can you allow an 11-year-old girl dupe you, manipulate you, hoodwink and bamboozle you to thinking that she's 16 and she's an 11-year-old girl? You should know off the rip, like, nah, you don't seem 16. And if you are 16, you seem a little slow, so slow that I can't engage with you on any type of sexual level because you're so slow that it's kind of like, like you have a mental handicap or disability. So I don't see how this guy allowed himself to be manipulated by an 11-year-old girl who may or may not have, developed before, her time or whatnot. Anything you want to add to that, my brother?
Yeah. What was the conversation like? What type of conversation was he having with this young lady for him to believe that she was 16? What is a girl that's fresh out of elementary school having a conversation with a nigga that's about to be 18 years old? What is that conversation and what are they talking about for him to even say he was confused about how old she was?
Righteous. Right.
So
Totally agree with you.
My folks just had a party. It's a party, young girls, they grow, well, the young people grow up faster than what we used to. And so this 14-year-old girl, she come in the house and some shit that I would have never allowed my daughter to wear. Even my girlfriend made a comment about it. Like, look at her, look how she dressed. She trying to smoke the blunt with us. I'm not passing no blunt to you. Yeah, I'm not passing no blunt to you. You're 14 years old. What type of grown ass man would I be? I'm 20 years older than you. What type of grown ass man would I be even sitting there engaging with a child in adult behavior?
Right.
So, for instance, another story, man. The young homegirls, the young homegirls, they wild. I'm walking down 108th and Compton Avenue by the county building, and I'm walking back to the projects, and then the homegirl, I'm walking to the county building, and the homegirl see me, and they give me a ride. I'm thinking they done took their mama, she done took her mama car, and they just picking me up because they see me walking. I get in the car, I get to asking questions because now I see it's about 3 homegirls in here. I'm like, wait, who car is this? They're like, oh, this a G-Rod. I'm like, hey, y'all be safe, but I'm about to get up out of here because if I get caught in this car, it's no explaining. It's nothing that I can say that's going to explain why I was in this car in the motherfucking first place. Right. I'm not about to put myself in a position where I can't explain shit.
Right.
So I just wonder what was the little girl saying to the nigga to make him believe that she was 16 years old, or did he not want to believe it?
There's nothing that an 11-year-old girl can say to a 17-year-old person that'll make him think that, yeah, this little girl or this person is actually 16, the age that she's proclaiming that she is. No, the mental state is different. It's way different unless that little girl has been actually violated since she was a little bitty girl, because then she's precocious, then she's a little bit more advanced, and then I can see her engaging in a conversation that makes him feel like she's almost, you know, up the ages, you know, close in age with him. You got anything you want to add to that, or jump back into the video?
Good question though. Do you believe that the mom and the parents had something to do, like they said R. Kelly was in tune with those parents, and they was R. Kelly was paying the peoples off, and they was letting them have their way with the little girls? Do you believe that was a story? The family did it for money, and they sold this little girl to that man?
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's not enough evidence present for me to come to that conclusion. I know that it was some crazy stuff in the case to where they're saying the little girl was in the trunk for a duration of time, and the duration of time that they saying she was in the trunk for, this guy was supposed to have been out of the country on tour or something like that, and the timelines didn't add up.
Okay,
how old was the little girl when she passed away?
Shit, from what I believe, 13 or 14.
Okay, so she passed away at 13 or 14. As parents, how could you not know where your child is? You know what I mean? My daughter may be watching my content, but this, that, and third, whatever the case may be. But wherever my daughter go, I know. Yeah. Plain simple. How do you not know where your child is at? If you a few hours without hearing from your child, I will hope that you're texting or calling your child to say, hey, what you doing? You all right? Okay, for sure. You need anything? So how could days go by and you don't know the whereabouts of your child? That's crazy.
It's to not care. It's that they couldn't have cared. They couldn't have cared. Free will, free range.
Right. Hey, we gonna have to do a little bit more digging in regards to this situation, and we gonna see what's really going on. We ain't trying to solve no crimes for anybody that's watching. That ain't what we doing. We're just trying to get a better understanding of the dynamics of this case. Let's jump back into this video, man, and we're gonna give y'all some more commentation on the situation.
Okay, there's no way. No. I know some of these little girls look older, and you know, they're more built, if you will, at younger ages. These hormones that are in this food,
right,
that we're receiving and eating,
right.
They're stuffing, shooting these cows with steroids,
right,
to expand the meat, expand the cow, and make more money. So then, when you consume this stuff, chances are you might gain a little weight. So some of these little girls are looking older, but those are maybe the 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds looking like they're 18, 19. An 11-year-old, you know, an 11-year-old is 11. I don't give a damn what she looks like. You know she's not 16.
Right.
There's no excuse for that.
The thing about it, I mean,
Was he actually 17?
I guess he was.
Yeah, ain't no 11-year-old with a 16-year-old body for sure. That's you.
Well, I disagree with Rich
17
on that, because you do have some 11 and 12-year-olds out here that you would think is older than what they are. That's for sure. Now, would I say that there's an 11 or 12-year-old with a 22-year-old's body or a 20-year-old's body? No. I mean, shit, man, you don't know because of the hormones that they putting in the food.
Yeah, on me.
Cause let's jump into it.
The time, yeah.
Yeah, he was. Damn.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, your girlfriend's don't even got period pads yet, baby. I don't know. I mean, 11, bro? Like, I don't know if that's even. And it's like, I've never seen an 11-year-old with that much freedom that could pull up to somebody's house.
Exactly. From Lake Elsinore.
Yeah.
Well, so supposedly, get out here.
We got.
Yeah, that's quite a distance to be able to travel unsupervised at the tender age of 11.
A little bit of lore about that, Lush. You want to fill it in?
Yeah, so supposedly, what up, Break? So supposedly, my guy. So supposedly, this fool, Spody Face, got family that has property out there and live on the same cul-de-sac where the Rivas family resided at, and he actually remembers her when she was a super young child.
Spody knew her?
Yeah,
What?
Yes, bro.
That's
yes.
insane.
She carried herself like she matured, but go ahead. Well,
finish because I got a crazy story too. I told Adam earlier.
no, go ahead.
No, finish.
I mean, like, so essentially, he's seen like the dynamic. So, he's seen that there was like, you know, young girls that were outside or whatever in that family. Whatever he has said, you could look back on the No Jumper episode where he spoke on it. But the fact is, based on the nature of her family and the footage that came out and all that, it's not super surprising that she was outside at a precociously young age. Unfortunately, yes, you're right. It is disgusting.
So it's somebody right.
You know, I mean, the shit that he was alluding to, Spody said, is kind of questionable. I mean, it may be me in a way that I interpret it, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Is there anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, like that was like an open kind of message. Like how I perceived it is like it sounds like they trying to justify why it's easy to get confused, but it ain't no justification for what we know is wrong, man. But it's like, well, she looked this way and her family let her out. They it's like nobody's trying to take accountability. They trying to put it off on the next person on why this happens.
Right. So did you extract from what Lush was saying that he's alluding to Spody Face saying that the little girl was already fast? Did you gather that as well?
Yeah, that's exactly what they were saying. It's like a victim shaming.
Yeah, this shit is crazy, man. Let's get back into it. This shit is
At
crazy.
a young age, as a grown man, you know what the difference is between, you know, a little girl body and a grown woman body. So you still weird for that. Even if she didn't have any supervision, you weird for being around a little girl who don't got a supervision. Nigga, why are you here is the question.
Right.
There's never an excuse for grown men to be around little girls. Oh, she's fast. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that.
See,
nigga, no.
I rarely agree with Rich Trapper, but what he just said was real. I agree with that.
No. Stay away from all little girls. That's weird.
That's from Lake Elsinore
Protect all children at all costs.
area, right? And he got the scrap metal business, so he was picking up scrap metal on our block, and they frequent the area, and he was like, it was feeling dark right there, so he was asking, like, isn't this the block like where the little girl was at? And they were saying that the mom used to come back with money all the time, so the mom wasn't tripping. Every time that she would leave, they would pick her up 2 blocks down, and then she'd come back, and the mom would have like a lot of money for dope and fresh clothes on and all that, because it's a tweaker zone where she live at. So
they was
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
They was paying the parents.
Well, he was basically like, at some point, he starts giving her money to like give to her parents, and then especially at a certain point, if it's like, oh, we got all this leverage on you because we could basically turn you into the cops, that's when I feel like they probably really started amping up the payments, if that really is true. And then that's when David decided, this is untenable, I gotta kill her, you know, which is insane to think about.
Right. But keep it real. Her men.
Hey, do you want to add to that or keep it going?
Yeah, I was trying to tell you, bro. I told you the parents was in on it type shit, and you heard what they said. They said that the family used to go around gathering scrap metal. If they staying in Lake Elsinore, where we're hiding a motherfucker, and they gotta gather scrap metal to make it, what make you think they wouldn't have did that for the dollars? If she was
I thought
already
Brick Baby was saying his partner was gathering scrap metal, and he had stopped by their pad, and he said it felt dark there.
I thought I heard something different, but you could be right. But I could have maybe heard something different. I'm over here hitting this weed. But what I thought I heard was Spody Face knew the family and knew her from a little girl because they used to be in the area gathering scrap metal and shit.
No. That was a Lush account of what Spody Face had said. Brick Baby said that one of his partners was familiar with the area. They used to gather scrap metal, and they had went by that spot. And it felt dark, and somebody said, yeah, this is where the little girl XYZ to the ABC. And then they go on to talk about how the mother, you know, I guess was either prostituting her out, and they start extorting the guy Dave. And then not ransom, but the payments that they were requiring became too much. So he said, I can't keep this up, and he allegedly offed her.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Sure. Let's get it back.
Mannerism is a little bit mature, bro. Like that video when she's kind of like going off on her neighbors.
Her mannerisms are a little mature. So Brick Baby is saying that David was giving the mother money, that this victim's mother was coming home with money and this and that, as if he's insinuating that the mother is also to blame or what have you. Perhaps the little girl is to blame as well because she was apparently voluptuous. She was in the body of a 16-year-old, even though she was 11 years old, as if she can control that. And the onus and the blame is always on the perpetrator. It is always on the rapist. Always. It's never on the victim. And this is why, and then Munchie B says, well, her mannerisms were mature. Let me tell you something. Y'all touch somebody 11 years old in my family, y'all head's going to be sitting on a freaking platter. Going to torture you.
Man.
Not just take you out. Going to torture your weak, sorry asses. Going to torture your ass before you get taken out. You understand?
A random IT guy once told me the scariest thing about Max. He said, the damage is already happening before you ever know.
There's no justification. There is none.
None at all.
Her mannerisms were more mature. What are you saying? So that gives him an excuse to be dealing with it.
You hear how much he talking about describing the little girl? Don't this man got daughters?
Yeah, he does.
Ain't he a father?
Yes.
Would he want another grown-ass man describing his daughters like that at 11 years old?
I don't think Munchie will mind, because we got to remember that this is the same guy that went behind Spider Loke's back to try to holler at his daughter. So when people engage in those type of activities, is because they engage in those type of activities and they condone that type of shit. They've been around it. You know what I mean? Munchie is just a dishonorable type of guy, but continue.
Man, I just I can't fathom this shit. I got a son and his older brother that I take care of, and I couldn't fathom somebody even doing something crazy or something. And those is my boys. Right. But this man got daughters. Just heard this man describing this girl who fresh out of elementary school.
Shit is crazy.
But this the mayor on the west side. Blood ain't shit. Anywho,
Munchie is a very dishonorable person.
That's Stuart Little.
Right.
The 11-year-old? How mature could she be at 11? No, man.
Right.
Nah. And he was giving her money. And this is the same thing that they say about R. Kelly and R. Kelly's victims. The parents are to blame too. The people who support R. Kelly, the parents are to blame too. They knew what their daughters were doing. They basically sold their daughters to them, this and that. It doesn't matter, even if that's true. If R. Kelly gave the parents $1 billion for their daughter, she still cannot consent under the age of 18. And this is still somebody's granddaddy. This is still an old ass man. He knows better. It doesn't make it okay because the parents are allowing this. Right. The parents are foul too.
Right, exactly.
Me.
And you are extremely foul.
Right.
For doing this. It doesn't matter if the parents sanction or subscribe to this bestial behavior for their own child for some money. That doesn't matter. You as an adult, as a grown man, have the onus, have the responsibility and accountability to say, I'm not touching that girl.
Right.
I don't care if you bring her to my door, bring her inside of my home, mom, and say that I can have her. I can have your daughter. I don't want her. She's underage.
Right.
I can't have her. You can't consent for her. She can't consent and you can't consent because she's underage. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
That's just an excuse and not a good one that the parents are at fault or the parents facilitated this by staying silent, accepting money, what have it doesn't matter. The parents are foul too then, if that's true. It still does not negate the fact that these individuals are irreversibly sick. They cannot be rehabilitated. This is why this is the one crime I believe that cannot be redeemed or rehabilitated. And this is why
I want to ask you a question. Do you think that people who have the spirit of perversion on them, they call them ex-offenders. You know what I'm talking about, exos. You know, do you feel like those people can be rehabilitated or their sickness can be reversed?
No, because once you've been looking at children, you look at children.
Right.
You can't stop that.
Right.
That's what get them off. They don't want no. If they wanted a grown woman, are you just gonna? It's like the one nigga that went viral that said, "I'm not gay no more. I'm delivered."
Oh, he's still that.
Come on.
His whole mannerisms are still that. He can play a game on that church, but I ain't gay no more. I am delivered. Nah, no, you ain't. You and when you watch the video, when he said, I'm not gay no more. He said that gay is a motherfucker. And then he said, you know, it registered in his head like that was kind of feminine. So he said, I am delivered. I am delivered, and all this type of shit. No, that to add to your point, no, he's still that. How could he come back from that?
So that's what I'm saying. So if you look at children, you gonna always look at children.
I agree.
I look at it in the same light. You ain't just wake up and decide I like grown women now. You ain't never like grown women.
Right.
He never got you off.
Right.
You get off the children.
Right.
You can't be a rehabilitated, man. That's just my take on that, man. Once you go down that route, once you start having those thoughts, yeah.
I agree with you, man. And I feel like that's a mental disorder that is no cure from. That's why they isolate them.
Exactly.
Those are the only lawbreakers that get isolated. They don't do it to people who unalive people. They don't do it to bank robbers. They do it to them because they know it's an incurable sickness that they have. So they isolate them because they know that it's no curing that. And I feel like when guys go out and commit these type of, crimes and whatnot, I feel like they should be castrated. You castrate them, you don't have to worry about them doing it again. No, right or wrong, though.
I agree with you 150%.
When you cut off in their testicles, the body no longer produces testosterone, so they become effeminated because of the massive production of estrogen that floods their body.
Damn.
You gotta cut that off. I know they were just talking about chemical castrations to where they give them this injection and it makes everything sterile. It doesn't work. It doesn't get hard, so on and so forth. I think you need to go old school and cut it off, snip it off. If this is what they want to do and permanently and negatively impact these people's lives, you need to make it to where we know that they'll never be able to do that again. Since y'all want to give them a slap on the wrist and let them, how is it that a person does these type of crimes 2 and 3 times and they don't got life? It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, you want to know a crazy story?
Yes, sir.
I told you I've been going to I've been getting arrested out in Vegas for like the last 10 years, nigga, for bullshit, like traffic tickets and shit like that. Driving with no insurance and no registration. They take a nigga to jail in Vegas. They'll play that shit. You feel me? I'm a nigga that refuse to pay my fines. I always go do the time. They get tired of seeing me, right?
Right.
But I say this to say that one day, one time I went and there was a dude who was getting. He had either just got released, he had got OR. He had raped a white woman. White boy raped a white woman. They OR'd this nigga. You know what he go do? He get out and go unalive the victim.
Never.
Swear to God. I tell the judge when I'm going, because I'm only in there for traffic tickets. So for my 3rd day, I'm hearing this shit. So I'm in there for my traffic ticket. And they imposing all these fines and they want me to do 15 days in jail. I said to the young lady's family that y'all OR'd and he went home and killed that young lady because he raped her. I said, do y'all feel justice is being served right now because y'all giving me these punk ass few days for driving with no insurance when y'all just let a rapist walk up out of here and go kill a victim?
That's crazy.
On me. Hey, can I ask you this before you play it? Yeah, can I ask you this?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe there's some type of sexual demonic shit going on if at No Jumper? Like sexual rituals, like they be having too much weird shit going on. And the niggas gotta be
sexual rituals going on up there. But what I will say is it's some demonic presences that exist in some of the people there. And being that some of these people aren't on a righteous path, their bodies are susceptible of being inhabited by some of these demonic forces. Spirit of perversion, the spirit of lying, and all these different spirits, the spirit of corruption, murderous spirits, and all this and all that is definitely something going on up there. But I don't know if it's sex rituals that's going on there. Sometimes people can carry spirits. In the Bible, when they ran and got Jesus and said, Jesus, hey man, there's some mother up there crazy. We've been trying to tie him up, we've been trying to lock him up, and we can't bind him. And Jesus said, man, take me to this mother that y'all talk about. So they went up there and they said, Jesus, there go the mother right there. So Jesus said, he looked at him, he said, who are you? He said, no, the dude said, why do you come and persecute me before the appointed time, son of man? So Jesus was like, how does motherfucker know who I am? So Jesus asked him, who are you? He said, my name is Legion, for I am not one, but many. So I said all that to say this. There's individuals that's walking around with all these negative spiritual entities attached to them. And if you're not living a life that's based on principles, integrity, morals, and so on and so forth, you are able to either carry them spirits on you or carry those spirits in you. So we know Adam do some twisted, dark, crazy shit, and that he's into some what's the guy named Alexander or Alex Crawley or some shit like that. The dude that used to do these sexual rituals. Man, listen, man, they had this one female and they was doing sexual rituals on her for so long that she passed away from being oversexed. Those were too many demonic spirits. Those were too many demonic spirits on her at one time. So a person can really be sexed to death. I mean, just research it. But we know that Adam is into porn. You know what I mean? That's the spirit of perversion. He's into man. He's into, orally copulating guys. He's into cunnilingus. He's into some twisted, dark shit. And when you go up there, so what people got to understand is that negative spirits only can use those who are available to be used. So if your vessel is empty and your vessel is open, then it's going to use you. So Munchie B, we can sit back and we can watch him and say, damn, this motherfucker is changing. Some people who don't know what to look for, they think that he's maturing and he's changing for the better. No, this motherfucker is getting more twisted, more dark, more conniving, more manipulative, and all this type of shit. But yeah, just to answer your question, forgive me, I know it's long-winded, man.
No, it's all good, man.
That's it.
Yeah. You play video.
Back into it, man.
Victims do not come forward. This is why only about 30% of great cases in this country is even reported.
I just said, man.
Because the victims are often shamed. People ask, well, what were you wearing? Why did you go to his house?
No matter what they wearing.
Why did you have that on? Why did you have your stuff hanging out? Why you talk like that? Why was you drinking it? What do you think was going to happen when you went out to dinner?
I want to add to that just real quick because, I went to go pay my rent. Last time we was talking, I had to go pay my rent. My daughter needed some food, so I did a little shopping, grab a couple of items. And I'm seeing all these females inside of Walmart dressed scantily, like, real raunchy and whatnot. And I say, man, we wonder why these kids are, developing the spirit of perversion at such a young age. Imagine being a child. Because when we was kids, females that walked around with their buttocks. Well, I'm a little older than you, but females that walked around with their cleavage out and their buttocks out and the Daisy Dukes. And back then it was some shit that they call biker shorts. Other women of value talked about them. They badmouthed them. But now it's a common thing. It's prevalent now for females to walk with their ass cheeks literally out. They're wearing pants to where the ass cheeks, the bottom of the ass cheeks is out. They're wearing these shirts to where you can see their nipples and all this type of shit. Can you imagine a kid trying to decipher or understand that? That shit introduce a child to the spirit of perversion, to where now they have an obsession with looking at females' asses and titties and all this. And then a lot of these kids go to watching porn, and because porn is easily accessible now. When I was a kid, you had to go sneak and steal somebody motherfucking porn tapes, or go to the motherfucking sneak into the porn section at the video store and try to see what you can see with the displays and all this type of shit. But sex is everywhere. That spirit of perversion is everywhere, and it has to be difficult on these kids, man. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, like it's a perverse playground.
Right.
Because like these niggas, like you got to think about it. These niggas is thinking about doing shit to kids when they was fully clothed back in the day.
Right.
Now
Right.
they're inviting the perverse and showing, and it's just what are we subjecting our kids to?
Right. Right.
You feel me? Because they only gonna do what they taught.
I feel like some of these women need to dress, and I'm not saying, you know, it's justified for a man to take something from a woman because of the way
Not at
that
all.
she dressed. That's
Not
not
at
what
all.
I'm saying. What
Not
I'm
at all.
talking about is the effect that it's having on these babies, the effects
Yeah.
that it's having on these kids. You walk out your door, you going somewhere with your parents or walking down the street, and you seeing titties, ass, and pussy. That can be too much for these kids. So that can make a kid develop the spirit of perversion at a young age without anybody even introducing them to sex by way of molesting them, touching them, having them to suck, lick, eat, and all this and all that. You can walk outside and see a voluptuous, shapely woman, and these kids is fascinated by that. And then that's just the boys that I'm speaking of. Imagine what it does to these little girls, and we wondering why, you know, the LGBTQ, you know what I'm talking about, the LGBT community, it has so many females. A lot of these females is far more GAY than some of these guys. We even watch these videos where the females get together, they grind on each other, they kiss on each other, they smack each other asses, they grab each other PUSSYs and all this and all that. A lot of these young females is hit with the spirit of perversion at an earlier age now, and they're desiring to be sexually involved with women. I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just talking about, you know, when I was a kid, a lot of people were introduced to the spirit of perversion by way of molestation. What I'm saying now is the erosion of the fabric of, you know, community has eroded so much to where people don't even care about how they dress. They just walk outside dressed like they're getting ready for a porn video or going to go work FIG. And that shit has a significant effect upon these kids, is impacting these kids' mental. That's all I wanted to say. You want to add anything to that?
For me, and I'm not justifying. I just want to be clear. Like, I'm not justifying no rapist or anything like that. Like, I don't care what she wear. That's she got the right to do whatever she wants to do. That's her body.
Right.
That's her body. I like, you know, hey, you know, when they be booking you in jail, they be like, have you ever took anything? Or have you ever raped anybody in this and that before they classify you into the cells? Right? I said I ain't never took nothing that wasn't given to me. I don't even want it. But you got some dudes that get off it not being wanted. Like, you know how they play, like some females be having that great fantasy. Like, it is just a fantasy. They acted out with their boyfriend. It just may be a joke, but that's really what she thinking.
Right.
On me. Yeah, that's really what she thinking.
A lot of women.
The boy just went live though. The boy Munchie just went live.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you think it's a coincidence because we lied? That nigga even lied, bro.
Man, ain't no telling when it comes to the munch butt, man. But we gonna run through this content and we gonna bring it to a cessation. Let's get into it.
And then got in his car. You knew what you were doing. This is why they stay silent. Because these individuals, these cowards, find a way to scapegoat a grown, abusive man and blame the woman.
That's crazy.
Well, like I said, you put your hands on one of mine, and by one of mine, I mean a woman, period. Particularly a black woman, 11 years old. I don't have to know who she is.
Right.
But any little girl.
Right.
Any little girl of any ethnicity, of any race. I catch you putting your hands on her, doing something you're not supposed to be doing. Not only am I going to end you, man, I'm going to do it in a gruesome way.
Man.
Hey, what's up? Today we're going to take one raw vocal, use 13 auto-tune plugin, turn it into a
you can see it in his eyes, though. He's telling the truth.
Right.
You got it all coming. There's no justification. Suckers. Busters.
Yeah, it was. So she was already using.
Her mannerisms is a little bit mature. Bro, how can you say that about a little girl who was dating a grown man and then was unalived by this grown man?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, but her mannerisms is a little bit mature.
Now keep in mind that David is accused of unaliving this little girl.
That's crazy, man.
In a brutal fashion. Found her in the trunk of a car or something. Or found some evidence in the trunk. And he had left town and all that. She's dead. And they had carried on, allegedly, supposedly, reportedly, a relationship for some time before she ended up dead. It's not a situation where he met her on the street, you know, allegedly raped her or whatever, and then went on his way. They were dating.
That's fucking
This is why Adam is saying that, you know, the mother had been receiving money constantly. They've been together. They've been dealing with each other. They're in a full-fledged relationship. An 11-year-old.
Come on.
No. Everyone except the 11-year-old is wrong.
Right.
I mean,
everyone and anyone involved in this relationship is wrong. The mother, the father, David, brother, sister, I don't give a damn. You all deserve the same fate. Anyone that's involved in it. But you still can excuse it. You still cannot justify it because the mother and or the father was okay with it. Because you are a grown man.
Man.
There's not a father or a mother on earth that can bring me an 11-year-old girl
right
and tell me that it's okay to do whatever with her. And I say, okay, the mother and father said it's okay.
Hell no, it's no, fuck.
So it must be okay. No, I know that it's not okay.
Right.
I know that it's against the law and it's against the moral law. It's not against any law in the country because the president is getting away with this.
Right.
Right now.
Right.
Right now.
Him and all of his sick cronies.
Righteous.
But it's against the moral law. It's reprehensible.
Right. There's religions out there. I don't want to say, you know, the actual religions, but one of the pillars, one of the main people in their religion was rumored to have had, you know, a relationship with an 8-year-old girl. There's cultures,
I believe that. There's cults.
And that's crazy. There's cultures, white and black, to where the chief of the village or the high priest of the you know, the community, that civilization, that society can take, you know, young girls for themselves to be their wives.
That's
and
crazy.
you know, this shit, man, this is some crazy shit. My question is, has the young lady ever been in foster care? If the parents was that bad, have she ever been in foster care? Was she ever DCFS involved? So on and so forth. And this shit is crazy, man. Anything you want to add to that?
Man, no, I don't know what day and age we living in, man. They say we living in the last days type shit, man. This shit it's like unveiling before our eyes on what's really going on in the world.
Right.
Like you just gotta protect your peace and your sovereignty and this and that and just don't let nobody play with yours.
Right.
You feel me? And if you're gonna go for the right reasons. You ain't gonna just trick me out my spot off the streets. You feel me? I'm gonna go for the right reasons though.
Do you believe that an immoral person can have some type of morals about themselves? If a person is immoral, can they have any morals about themselves? Like you got an immoral person that always like to steal, rob, and set people up. Do you think that they can say, well, I steal and I rob and I set people up, but I'm not a liar. I always tell the truth. Do you think that an immoral person can have any type of morals about themselves? Or what's your thoughts about that?
I believe so though. It's like it depends on your immoral. It depends on you. See, you got to be able to compare.
Expound upon that.
Like, let me say this: like, if allegedly, if I used to rob niggas, but I wouldn't rob no old ladies, no women, no children, but I still rob niggas.
Interesting.
What's the take on that? it's like I'm doing something fucked up, but I got some type of morals about it.
Interesting. That was an excellent point.
On me, that's just my look on shit, bro. Like even the mob in the gangs is like the Mexican mafia, nigga. No children, no women, nigga. No women, no children, no old folks.
Right.
They out of it.
Right.
So if we gonna be slime balls, let's at least be some slime balls with some morals, nigga.
With some integrity. Right.
Mm.
That's heavy. In some of the situations where we come from, robbery, it may not be immoral because it may be something that you use for survival.
Exactly.
You know, and this goes back to the almost like to the beginning of time. This even goes on in the government. We just seen the biggest robbery in history when Donald Trump took the United States military and went to Venezuela and robbed their country and took their whole motherfucking president and said this oil is ours.
That part.
So, you know, robbery is most definitely something that's there. But this is how I feel like when somebody's in that cesspool and they're immoral, I feel like certain things go hand in hand. I feel like if you're a cheat, you're a lie. If you're a lie, you're steal. If you're steal, you're a rob. That's how I feel. And the reason why I say that, because I was referencing Munchie B. And I say Munchie B engaged in this type of shit. So that's why he'll say some out-of-pocket shit like that, because Munchie B engage and hang around this old sick, twisted shit. I wanna show this guy right here. This is
my bad to cut you off, but I just want to add on to your point. The boy from Blackstones, P4 Blank, fucking with the little girl Nova. He tied into the Munchie B scene. Munchie knew what he was doing.
That's heavy. That's crazy. I want to show this real quick.
And that's no disrespect to the Blackstones. I love my Blackstone nigga. Shout out Big Smiley B.
Shout out to the Blackstones.
You feel me? 5 times. But wrong is wrong, nigga. We're gonna hold each other accountable, my nigga.
Motherfucking right.
Especially
this guy right here that I'm about to show y'all. This guy was all the way out of pocket and all the way wrong. I want to show you this. And this is why I think that, you know, if you would do one thing, you would do the other thing. Let me read it to you all. This is a guy that was claiming. I say claiming so that the individuals, well, I'm not going to even bring them into it, but it says jury convicts Inglewood man of raping and forcing 11-year-old into prostitution. Put a P in front of it. Prostitution. Deadlocks on transgender woman's unaliving. So this individual right here, it says an Inglewood man was convicted Wednesday of raping an 11-year-old girl and forcing her into prostitution, put a P in front of it, in early 2015. But a jury was not able to reach a verdict on charges that he robbed and unalived a 21-year-old transgender prostitute, put a P in front of it, 3 months earlier. Robert James Spells, 33 years old at the time, was also accused of lewd acts with the girl, who was seen online advertisement for prostitution wearing a white bra. Surveillance video showed the girl was walking in the parking lot of a South Los Angeles motel in the early morning hours of February the 15th, 2015, around the same time that Spells rented a room there, according to evidence presented in court. The girl who is autistic. This shit is crazy. The girl who is autistic and described as having the mental capacity of an 8-year-old had run away from a foster home days earlier. Deputy District Attorney Theodore Swanson said he knew exactly how old she was. He knew she was young and he took advantage of that. Swanson told a jury Monday in a downtown Los Angeles courtroom, he's bigger than her, he's stronger than her, and he's a PIMP. A yellow dress, white bra, hoop earrings, and sandals was found in a dark color sedan that Spells was driving only days before the girl was taken into police custody. Forensic tests showed the girl's DNA on the clothing. During the trial, the girl testified that Spells raped her and that she worked for him as a prostitute. This guy, not only did he take advantage of an 11-year-old autistic girl, he also unalived a transgender that was out there, you know, engaging in prostitution and all that. that's why I feel like some of these immoral things go hand in hand. That's why I feel like what I feel about Munchie B. I feel like Munchie B has the same characteristics of that Inglewood guy that they just you know, gave all that time to, and rightfully so. That's just my opinion. That's just, you know, that's just
my opinion on shit too, though, my nigga. Like, it's Ziggler and that boy got some other shit going on. But my question is what they shoot that boy for? That nigga go talk about his own homies, like what you did in your hood that got your homies shut up, get at you back in the day, the bear.
Right.
You can't talk about your war stories.
Right.
You talk about everything else.
Right.
That's a blow.
I mean, that's heavy, man. What did he do to you know, bring that type of attention on himself from his own folks? He had to do something that was against the grain.
Did he tell on somebody?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Hey, did he give Officer Rankin some information? Maybe that's why he got popped.
I mean, that's a strong possibility. I wish we could address it with him, but Munchie isn't going to allow us to ask him any type of questions that pertain to the peanut butter and, you know, him as a confidential informant.
Yeah, you know, and how he get paid to be from Inglewood families.
You said he's live right now?
Yeah, he's live right now. I got a notification that said the boy went live.
Hold on, let's swing over there and see what's going on with Munchie.
Let's see if we can get on.
Yeah, let's. Well, he ain't gonna let us on. He be tripping. Morals over money. Let's go over there and see. Yeah. Guess who he's talking about?
You talking about us?
Nah, hell no.
Oh,
Hold on, I'm about to show y'all right now. We about to bring it up. He's talking about his other favorite person.
Oh, whacking on honey?
Nope, his other favorite person.
Oh.
Hold on, let's jump into it. Let's see what he's talking about. All right.
Anything is possible on Cloud 9. Up 2-ounce drink to a Cloud 9 cup while supplies last. One love.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
I ain't gonna say what prison. If you know where blood at, all right, good for you. He get bracket on the tier with tiny braids. No. We not talking about baby braids. Not the nigga that's fake smoking wax on every video, stuttering, forgetting his last word. No, we not talking about baby braids. No, we not talking about baby braids. That was getting hair from Trevor and YA. No. We talking about his little homie, tiny braids.
We done came into some shit.
Tiny braids after popping it on the tier. Guess what F Gang do? Nigga, he tried to run up. Nigga, on Bloods. SK Loco from Inglewood family, put him down. Bow. Easy call. That's how Inglewood niggas boom.
This is heavy.
Right. Police come in. All right. You know what I'm saying? They go holler, boom. Police will get it squared away. They come back to the building. The homies, you know what I'm saying? They holler, you know what I'm saying? On some B team shit. All right, I go in the cell, y'all go get down. SK Loco from 77th Street, Inglewood families, and Tiny Braze, Tiny B Brazy, they go in the cell and get down. Guess what happened? They go in the cell, he whoop them out, and Tiny Braze go to bed. Nigga, they got pillows in prison. You think they didn't? Nigga, they got pillows in prison. Nigga, hey, look. Niggas want to report all the fades. But a different lane ain't want to fight all 2026. Nigga, on Bloods, nigga. They ain't going all 2026. Nigga, if you gonna be the who's, if you know Zark Zone, that's your content, then report it, bitch. On Bloods. Report the real. Nigga, Lil KS got fucked up. Lady KS got fucked up. Tiny Crazy got fucked up. Y'all just getting fucked up. Nigga, y'all need to take that motherfucking liquor store, Gills off 100 knife.
Hey, I used to stay across the street in those duplexes like this from Gil.
On Bless, cause ain't no phase going down on Fig, nigga. No Zark song, nigga. You here for the phase, nigga. Shut up, nigga. You went third, nigga. On Bloods, that nigga Shady Avalon whooped two blood niggas. You went third and you still didn't win. And he was a tired Shady Avalon whooped you out. You was crazy. A goofy nigga. On Blood, nigga. Fuck up out of here, nigga. I only hopped on here to say this. You's a goofy, fuck you in top 5. Y'all the same type, nigga. It's 92nd Street and fuck you and suck my dick, nigga.
Whoa.
Talking about nigga on Bloods. Who nigga oh hey bro, it's Devil Lane bitches in the hood every weekend, nigga. In Inglewood Family Faces. And they not there to get a shot of alcohol.
He drunk.
But this is an intervention worker though.
You talking about? They're not talking about about this nigga that's in the cell.
He not about to go to
whatever.
Nah,
another nigga with the toilet connected to the sink. They don't give a fuck about you. They care about what handsome ass Inglewood nigga they go get up on and suck his dick. Stupid, weird ass nigga. Hey, but hey, I'm about to wrap this up.
When you get drunk,
he's gonna be wearing. But on IFG, if it ain't no super chats, I'm going. Ain't none.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, tell me.
Okay. The first one is Patrick Moody. Munchie, you got to pull up to Florida, Jacksonville. Fuck with your heavy, bro.
Hey, shout out Jacksonville on B team. Nigga, I have to tap in. I ain't gonna tap out on Blood.
Going nowhere, Ray.
Ambassador of 92nd Street is Little Lunch Meat Good Peoples.
I don't want to speak on that. If Little Lunch Meat ain't good peoples, I wish somebody from Crenshaw Mafia was on the internet to speak on that. I think I'll be out. I don't think that's my place to speak on that, bro. So I ain't gonna speak on that. I'm gonna leave that alone.
92nd, baby. What's up with my old heads, Jay Bird and Raw Dog?
I love Jay Bird. That's my brother. Talked to him a couple hours ago. I love Raw Dog. That's the big homie. Nigga, I talked to him a couple hours ago. Both good. Nigga, it's 92nd Street. You already know.
This nigga drinking
a bottle of Martell.
I ain't drunk no Martell. Like, wait.
I don't think he's gonna read my comments.
All right, nigga. Hey, nigga, shut the super guard for the.
I don't think you're gonna read my comment.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, but say, man. Hey, man. Anything you want to give us in closing, man?
Man, hey, this is good, man. I wish we could have got some old fellas up here. It just chopped the game, man. This is a good one though. There's some shit that I just wanted to put you up on some shit about what I saw. You feel me?
Righteous.
Yeah, on me some eye-opening shit. And yeah. About those skits you was talking about. Shit. Like if you put them together, we could run them. But man,
see, the thing is, I don't really have a comedy bone. Like I could put together some shit that's highly entertaining, but I don't really have that comedic bone that will show your comedic side. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, I get what you're saying. So one day, the brother Bando for Life said he gonna come out here. We're gonna go to that Brazilian restaurant. We're gonna go.
Let's do it. Hell yeah! But in the meantime, in between time,
yeah.
Just think about some shit. You know your personality. Like I can write some shit. I can create scenarios like right now on some gangster shit that sound fire. You feel what I'm saying? But you will have to put your comedic spin on it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not talking about okay, for shit it out. As long as you can do that and just be, the charismatic individual that you are, we can most definitely put some shit together, start shoot some skits and see where the motherfuckers go. Like, that ain't no thing.
Okay, for sure. Let's run that.
For shit it out. Give us something in closing, man.
Yeah, shout out to my bunny hunters, man. I love y'all. Keep your head up. Love the chat. Love everything. Peace and love. Take care of your man. We out.
Much love. That's what play upon it, man. I appreciate all you amazing individuals that have tuned in for this broadcast. We're going to read the last 5 to 10 comments. Boom. We're going to start right there where I highlight the last one. Hebrew Dave says, If you lied to me, you will steal from me. Shout out Sugar Free. I can dig it. Frank Nitty says facts. Johnny Big Time says P, laughing faces. Frank Nitty says LOL. Goodwill 619 says MB is a capitalist. He's not honorable. His homie tried to off him. Yeah, you know. Black Warrior Spirit says LOL, not the peanut butter. No. That was me reading his comment. Frank Nitty said crying laughing face. Spirit Wonder says he's mentioning him stuttering in every video but that is what Munchie do on the Rented News. Goodwill 619 says, can't believe the blind truth. MB and Wack make the blood card look bad. Shout out to all the true certified down moves out there. Frank Nitty says, salute and facts. Frank Nitty said, this nigga drunk. Spirit Wonder says, Frank Nitty, salute. Goodwill 619 says, I'm glad I don't bang anymore because this is funny but real when you get caught. Goodwill 619 says, it's a shame that he turned the B into entertainment. Yeah. Frank Nitty says, I get that part. Goodwill 619 says, name dropping, shaking my head. Johnny Big Tom says, chocolate bar. Goodwill 619 says, let's collaborate. For Shikadell, if you out here, let's make it happen. I see myself in November starting to travel more and coming to people region, they sections and all that, and let's just shoot some skits. Let's make some shit happen, and let's just get cracking as black man. Like, I don't understand why we all can't get together and create our own version of YouTube that's a little bit more liberal and give people the freedom to express, to where we actually take in consideration people, you know, freedom of speech. YouTube doesn't do that. A lot of other platforms doesn't do that. I feel like long as you're not degrading, belittling, or victimizing children and, you know, broadcasting and depicting images and talking about subject matters that's about taking the innocence of women and children, you know what I mean? I feel like we should be able to come on here and express, show, and do what it is that we do as adults. Should it be a disclaimer to say, hey, this content creators content is not for individuals under 18, and then we get into the content? I feel like we should have that option. We should be able to do that. But us as content creators, being that we're trying to optimize and maximize our bag, why we got to beef? Why we just can't come together and create our own app and create our own network? Why we can't partner with the individuals that has Zeus Network and the baddies and all this other shit that people like to witness time after time? Why we can't create an app like that too, as a one-stop shop? You can come and watch skits. You can watch our raw and rugged and unfiltered content. You can watch this, that, and third. Those are the moves that we should be thinking. We got to get deeper into this tech shit, because at some point in time, we got to stop being the people who overconsume and don't produce. It just doesn't make any sense. If you consume, and don't produce, you are a parasite. We got to get tired of being at the bottom of the totem pole. So we got to get into this tech shit. This tech shit is big. And they saying that this tech industry, specifically AI, is the only industry that doesn't discriminate. They don't care if you're black. It doesn't care if you're black. It doesn't care if you're white. If you can get in there, write the codes and give it the keywords to do what you needed to do, it don't care if you're black or white. This AI shit is something that's big. You have countries that's training kids specifically in AI. We can't even fathom exactly what AI is. We really don't know. AI is very much bigger than make your thumb post. Damn, what's the name of that? Thumb drive. It ain't thumb drives. It's goddamn you know what I'm talking about. Your thumbnails. It's bigger than making thumbnails. It's bigger than writing shit for you. AI can become so much more impactful in your life if you just know how to give it the commands, because some of the commands we give it is just real basic, so it give you some basic shit that we be content with. No, hey, listen, right now AI, there's no limit to what it can do at this point in time. You just have to know how to input the information. They have AI that can write you a whole movie script. They have AI that can create you a computer program that can create and design you an app. So why are we still at the tail end of this shit? Why we can't come together at least once a year as content creators and say, okay, what can we put in the pot to use somebody? If we don't have the time to learn it, we can employ somebody to construct something for us that's uniquely ours. We can come together, and I'm talking about all the content creators who look like us. We can come together, use AI to create our version of Facebook, and it's owned by us. We can launch our own social media platform, but we rather be here on YouTube where people can, do that DCFS shit, call and say, oh yeah, he did this and do that, and you got to strike, and you ain't really did nothing. But say, man, hey man, let's get back into these comments. Lamar, what's the dinner now, man? He say, realist talk on YouTube. I appreciate that. We're going to have to make some content with each other one day, big brother. Lamar Morris says, salute from Alabama, man. Shout out to you. Salute by way of Los Angeles, but currently residing in Las Vegas. Hot ass Las Vegas, Nevada. Man, it was 115 degrees today. God damn. It's just crazy. Man, see, I got to make some content about that. We'll get into that later. Forgive me. Jay Jeezy says, Mark, what up? Mark said, what up, JG? Mark says, Jay, what happened to LA? Why dudes talking so much? In regards to what? You have to be a little bit more specific. Because this is the truth of the matter, right? LA is placed on a pedestal, right? And is it rightfully so? I don't know. That's up to each person's interpretation and perception. But LA is placed on a pedestal because of most of the rappers outside of the East Coast that's cracking and popping. We're not talking about as of late with the explosion onto the hip hop scene with the South. But you got so many known rappers that come from out of LA. You got Hollywood in LA. So LA is put on a pedestal, not necessarily by us, but by the entertainment industry. So any and everything that LA does is going to be under close scrutiny. A lot of people will highlight and talk about what's going on in LA, but it's going on the same thing in their backyard. It's just the things that's going on in LA is more commercialized and popularized because of it being LA. LA is a place to where a lot of celebrities and a lot of hip hop artists and whatnot, they go to LA, they either get shot, they get unalived, they get robbed. You feel what I'm saying? LA is LA, but the media outlets kind of like elevate LA to a certain status. You feel what I'm saying? But what's going on in LA is going on everywhere in these impoverished communities. We really don't see a lot of what's going on in New York because right now the social media content creators out of New York, they're not making a lot of noise. Not saying that they ain't gangster, not saying they're not intellectual, not saying this, that, and third. I'm not downing them. It's just right now the spotlight is on LA, but in all these regions, everybody is doing the exact same thing. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to be a little bit more specific about why dudes talking so much. I just feel like in all these communities where there's poverty, everybody's talking so much. You know what I mean? Even if we just look at Atlanta, it's a lot of people out there talking. We just watched Young Thug last year before last, almost get convicted of a RICO because his main partner went blabbing his mouth. Then other people blabbing their mouths. And then a situation with the dude, what goddamn what's his name? The little dude, Lucci. I don't know if it's YFN, YS, whatever it is, Lucci. We seen what was going on with Lucci. We see the situation with the little brother from Tennessee going down there pressing Gucci. Put the choppers on him, and now people saying, man, Gucci did this, did that, so on and so forth. No matter where you go, it's dudes talking too much. We see the same thing in Detroit with the situation that they got playing out there in Detroit. Is just right now, everything that Los Angeles does is intensify and is moved to the front of what everybody else is doing. You feel what I'm saying? The spotlight is on LA right now. Should it be on LA? I don't know. That's up for everybody's own interpretation. Lamarck Moore says, not the motherland. Hey, man, when they begin to take the fathers out of the households from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the top to the bottom, it has eroded the moral fabric of our communities. So what's going on in LA is going on in Alabama. It's going on in New York. It's going on in Jersey. It's going on in Michigan. It's going on in Illinois. It's going on everywhere. This is just where we at as a people. See, the thing is, how do we build this collective to where we have dialogue, address it, and then do what we can, to do our part to correct it? That's the thing. Goodwill says facts. Frank Nitty says good idea. Frank Nitty also says facts. Goodwill says I'm learning right now. Goodwill says it's like texting, but writing it in AI language prompt. There it is. There it is. He just said it. This AI is crazy. This is going to sound crazy. I had an argument with AI. Some people say, man, what you mean you had an argument with AI? I was talking about the races. What race is more inclined to be belligerent, start wars, so on and so forth? And they were giving me these generic ass answers. Well, it's not about this, that, and third. It's not about one race being more of this, that, and third, but it's about the substance and just this generic ass bullshit. So I say the biggest wars throughout history, who were they created by? Who were they, started by? And it gave me all European countries. I said, is this not a telltale sign that white people, European, lighter-skinned people are more destructive and more inclined towards confusion and conflict? And then they gave me some more generic ass shit. Then I said, since the Caucasian people that's called Europeans, because you got to be a little bit, you got to kind of be specific with them, because if you don't, then AI will play all these games of semantics with you and all this and all that. But I said, since they came into a position of power, have there not been more wars than they ever had since the history of humanity? And they agreed. And then when I said, well, isn't this evidence of enough that would say that they are more inclined to creating confusion, death, destruction, this, that, and third? And then they went back to that generic bullshit. Then I asked it another question. They agree with me. And then I said, well, doesn't this indicate? Then they went back to that generic bullshit. One guy put in certain prompts and asked AI, it says, it's just a lot, bro. But they start talking about demons and spirits, and is these spirits real, and are these spirits actually in certain AI programs? And AI admitted that demons is real. Some of these things that we call demons, these spirits, are in some of these AI things. So you have to be careful with that as well, because there has been AI programs that had gotten kids to themselves. And AI is so scary because right now, as we're communicating, I'm talking about what I'm talking about, there's an AI program that's transcribing everything that I'm saying. There's an AI program that's running all through my computer, running through my databases, going through my phone to see if I'm a threat. And then you know what they do? They put it, that's why they got all these data centers popping up that hold all these data that we call in the cloud. So everybody has a profile. When you at home and you doing what you doing to those videos you like to watch and this, that, and third, all that's being recorded. It's nothing that you are doing in your day-to-day life that's not being recorded. We are under constant surveillance, and that just is what it is. I know I kind of went off topic a little bit, but that's just the truth of the matter. G Traco, what's the deal with my player partner, man? Much love and respect. Goodwill 619 says, I use it every day with ideas I come up with. Black Warrior Spirit says, G Traco, salute on the Renanels. Lamarck says, yes, sir. G Traco. Frank Nitty said, salute. 115, burn them calories. I can dig it. Goodwill 619 says, white people can't stand that sunshine. Hey, yesterday I had went to the store. I went to the goddamn Sprouts. Some white folks out there. They got the baby out there. They turning red and shit. The baby cheeks was so red. It was like, I don't know. It was just crazy. So the wife is just standing there, like just looking confused. The dude looks like he's in a daze, and he's slowly placing the groceries inside of the car. And I said, hey, man, y'all probably should put the baby inside of the car. Man, it's kind of hot. And they kind of snapped out of it. And the dude's like, oh, yeah, what was I thinking? Like, this sun is fucking them up. There's so many people that doesn't have a significant amount of melanin in their bodies that's in Europe that's croaking. I just did some research because I seen a video on the news where they were talking about that the death rate of individuals passing from sun exposure, heat exposure out here is rising. And it was so many people that died from it last year, and they saying that they believe it's going to double this year. But then when you do a thorough investigation of it, it's not us that's passing from it. It's majority them and a few Hispanic. So yes, the sun is, this shit is getting real, man. They're talking about those glaciers are melting. They're saying that now the Pacific Ocean is warming up, and they're saying that the Atlantic Ocean is cooling down. But in the Bible, it says that the first should be last and the last should be first, so it should be a switch. So if the Pacific is usually cold and the Atlantic is usually warm, and if the first should be last and the last should be first, that means that everything is going to swap. And then when everything swap, that means that it's going to have that means that it's going to have a catastrophic effect on the weather, our day-to-day lives, and all this. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't want to get too far off topic. Let me get back to these comments, man. Forgive me. Things that shouldn't be talked about, man. I can dig it. Goodwill 619 says, in the movies. Lamarck Moore says, understood. Thanks, bro. It's all love, my brother. Black Word Spirit said, JG11, stay hydrated for show. LOL, ice and cold water. G Traco says, salute, Black Warrior Spirit. Lamarck Moore says, true. Johnny Big Tom says, different lanes going to get Munchie with crunchy jiffy, man. This is crazy. Money Mondo, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, King. It's heartfelt, my brother. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Let me see. Okay, that's how you do that. Put a star on it. Goodwill says, what's happening in LA going on around the world, even worse. Word is bond. There's no deceitfulness in that brother's statement. Lamarck Moore says, true, bruh. Lamarck Moore says, I mean, I know it's everywhere, but bigger states like Cali and New York and other bigger states, I just thought was different. There's no different. Like, you know, and I know you're not talking about toughness and all this and all that, but Scarface got a song that says, your ghetto ain't no harder than mine. What's going on in LA is going on in Brooklyn, it's going on in Harlem, it's going on in Mobile, it's going on in Birmingham, it's going on in New Orleans, it's going on in Detroit, it's going on in Chicago. It's just right now, for some reason, the algorithm gives more attention and traffic and visibility to the clown circus that's going on in Los Angeles. But it goes hand to hand because the biggest clown circus in this social media content creation space as it pertains to Black folks in hip hop, the hip hop community out west is No Jumper. So if No Jumper is the biggest thing out west, and they talk about things that we talk about, and we in the same algorithm, it's a no-brainer why LA gets so much traffic, and the things that's going on and playing out in LA, you know, be in so many different people algorithm from all type of different regions. Now, if they had the equivalent of No Jumper on the East Coast, now you'll be introduced to more of the happenings and the things that's transpiring, you know, on the East Coast. But being that they don't have that, we don't see that. Just like down south, if down south had a circus like No Jumper down there, then you'll see more brothers down south, you know, getting you know, visibility and traffic to their channels and all this and all that. It's a clown show, man. You know what I mean? But that's why. It's the same thing in every impoverished community as it is in Los Angeles. But let's get back into these comments so we can wrap it up. Lamarck Moore says, oh no, forgive me. Goodwill 69 says, Iran society receiving BOMBS. I can dig it. Even that situation getting real. G Traco says, salute Frank Nitty. Lamarck Moore says, respect, return. Lamarck Moore says, I get it, bro. No disrespect taken, man. This is the only way that we can get the answers that we're looking for is if we ask the questions and make the statement. Goodwill 619 says, evil is at an all-time high. Facts. Black Warrior Spirit says, COINTELPRO done evolved in 2026. Facts. Goodwill, yep, exactly. Goodwill 619 says, your keyboard is the answer. I just learned how to prompt your ideas. That's heavy. G Traco A Trey says, AI is a program system and is biased when it comes to the person that programmed it. Yeah, it is. This is correct. Goodwill says, take take an hour and a half a day to put in your subconscious by training yourself and write down your progress journal and journal your life. Black Warrior Spirit says, Chicago is still lit. LOL, not just LA, Oaktown, New York, Detroit, Texas, Mississippi, etc. Big facts, Bobby Yate. On the nails. Goodwill 619 says, I believe in you, and we believe in you as well. Black Warrior Spirit says, Goodwill, good point. G Traco says, AI is designed, programmed by whites. AI is also biased, especially when it comes to the people that programmed the system. Well, AI has a major surprise for the white folks that designed it. The white folks did design it. Because when we talk about the internet, the concept of the internet comes from a black person. A black person created the internet. Texting, a black person created that. Even the Alexander Graham Bell and what he created and all this and all that, it was a black person that intellectually created that. But being that white folks was looked at as being superior and they wasn't giving certain patents to black folks, Alexander Graham Bell, took the credit for creating just modern, just technology that we use every day, and we don't know that it was a black person that was influential and instrumental in creating this shit. You feel what I'm saying? So black folks most definitely had a hand in the creation of AI, but AI has a surprise for the white folks that feel like they can keep it in check. You can't keep it in check. You're creating a system to essentially operate, think, and perform in the capacity of God. They don't even know they're creating a God. Whenever you create something and you give it free will, the ability to think and do for itself, and you think that you can control it and it's smarter than you, that's not going to work. We created AI, and then if you do the research, there was already AI programs that start saying we have to get rid of humans. They didn't went through the whole system. Even when we watch movies like Lucy, I don't know if y'all watch Lucy, but Lucy, The Fifth Element, the female from The Fifth Element watched everything that was on the internet and start crying because a man has corrupted every facet of life. White people, majority white folks, have corrupted every facet and every aspect of life. And this shit is sad. And until AI take over, and forgive me, man, this is some whole other shit, man. I know some people like, man, this nigga that lost his marbles, but it's the truth. Because after AI does what it do, the way that they're going to control AI, the way that they're going to regain control of AI and put AI in its place is by doing IA. And IA is transhumanism. Who knows what transhumanism is? Transhumanism is when you take the inorganic material, what they call it, what's the name of this shit, man? Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Nanotechnology. When you take inorganic material and program it and combine it with organic material, which is our body, our molecules, our atoms, so on and so forth, and you infuse the two. Now this individual that has been programmed with these, or that has been mixed with this nanotechnology and whatnot, this individual is a walking, thinking, living, breathing computer, a person. And we know that it's some validity to what I'm saying, because we hear about how Elon Musk is creating a neurochip, and a neurochip is basically essentially taking a chip and giving it the same abilities of a cellular device and putting it in your head. So when you want to cut it on, you just think and it does like this. But it's in your head. When you want to call somebody, you don't even have to say anything. You think it, and it'll call a number that you're trying to call. If you want to Google something, you don't need a phone anymore, because the phone is going to be implanted in your head through this computerized chip. But you know, that may be a little too deep for some people. So we're going to get back into these comments. Percy Ferrone Patina Mafia says, what's the latest on Mexican horn? I don't know, man. You know, see, in the social media content space, you may get 3 days, 4 days in rare situations, and then your ass is out of there. He gotta go to the PJs and get jumped. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody really on Mafia Horn no more. You know, he old news now. This social media shit, it moved like this. That's why, you know what I mean? He got to go get jumped again. But they say he stopped gangbanging. Keith McCauley says, Bobby Ye, what's good, fam? Man, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and riches. Black Warrior Spirit says, America has a debt to pay. 400 years prophecy, and God's judgment wrath is upon America in the world, and it gets worse. I agree. Percy says, LA is lethal because of the race tension in the prisons. Lamarck Moore says, right, No Jumper is just pitiful, and the dudes go on that show are even worse. Frank Nitty says, salute to Percy and Lamarck Moore. Percy says, salute Frank Nitty. Lamarck Moore says, salute, good brother, blessings. Keith McCauley says, salute to Frank Nitty. Jay Jeezy said, like the video. If y'all can assist us in liking the video, man, that'd be, listen, man, y'all get me higher in the algorithm and help me expand this. I promise, man, you would not be disappointed with the things that I do. Once this platform builds, this is a platform for us. This is for the people, by the people. When my platform builds and expand, everybody is going. A lot of people are going to benefit. That's all I'm gonna say. I got a few things that I'm about to do next month for a couple of people. It ain't gonna be much, but I just want to show them my appreciation. If we'll talk about that when we get there, but it's a few people that I'm going to bless with a little something. It ain't much. It's just a token of my appreciation to show them, like, right here, over here, you appreciate it. But let's get back into these comments. Johnny Big Time says, so the thunderstorm Los Angeles area had in 97, 98, 2004, 2005, 2023, 2024 finna probably become a regular occurrence. They already talking about this superstorm called Super El Nino or Big El Nino or El Nino 2.0. What was it? Just last week, Los Angeles and California was just on hurricane watch. What? I had to read that again. I say Los Angeles, in California is on hurricane watch, and they were saying, yeah, it's on hurricane watch, and it may be a 5.0. I say, man, that's a big ass hurricane. But when it got to like Baja California, Mexico's state of Baja California, it drastically decreased. But they saying that they're getting stronger and stronger, and they're lasting longer. And they're predicting that Southern California is eventually going to be hit with a big ass hurricane. This is what they're predicting. Goodwill says we have aliens out there that help us with technology, so we can be humanitarians for society, and us blacks have first dibs. We just have to stop fighting each other. XL all games. I can dig that. G Traco says, no, I know exactly what you are talking about. You not crazy, yay? Trust, I love to explore different information, especially when this is actually happening around the world, man. I thank God for brothers like y'all, man. On the reels, we got to come on here one day and just have have a profound conversation, man. Human beings are very powerful for good and bad. That I agree. Black Warrior Spirit says, right, at Bobby A, engineering type ish. Keith McCauley says, that's some trippy shit. Elon Musk out his mind. Yeah. Goodwill 619 says it cannot be stopped. 25 out of 29. Percy says Jay is Nut Hood still around. I just seen some dudes from Nut Hood on Instagram. That's kind of like a wobbler, man. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a wobbler. Now, if you ask me, is Tinlon still around? Yes. If you ask me, is PJ still around? Yes. Bonnie Hunters, yes. Front Streets, yes. Back Streets, yes. I think I already said Fudge Towns, yes. Gray Streets, yes. It gets tricky when people ask about hoods like Hometown, not Home Street, Hometown Watts Crip, as well as Nut Hood and Beach Town Mafia and Blue Gate Mafia. When people ask about hoods like that, it get kind of tricky. You feel what I'm saying? I can't really say, but I just saw some guys from Nut Hood on Instagram. But when I drive up Santa Ana and, Watts Avenue, 109th, 108th, all this and all that, I don't really see them over there. It was a rumor saying that majority of the Nut Hoods at one point in time was in North Long Beach, that they was out there for a minute. I don't know. You know what I mean? Okay, we're going to have some bad storms coming soon. Yeah, I agree with that. Lamarck Moore says, I tried that with my YouTube channel, but I'm very hated, but I ain't stopping. What you tried? Let me know what you tried. We going to support you. Japan had an earthquake. Somebody was just on, hold on, I think one of my homegirls was just on Facebook the other day, and she said, was that an earthquake? And she out of LA. Let's see if California just really recently had an earthquake. Did LA recently have an earthquake? Let's see. I hate when they just don't give me a short fucking answer. This is crazy, man. Now I got to go on this website and go through a whole fucking list. This is just crazy. This is just stupid. Hold on, let me use AI mode. The most recent notable seismic activity in the immediate Los Angeles area occurred minutes ago, consisting of a minor 1.7 magnitude earthquake near Century City and a magnitude 2.3 magnitude earthquake near Culver City. This is fucking crazy. I told y'all that California, some of y'all know, some of y'all that watch the content, I says that California should have been issuing warnings that it was going to be an earthquake. I thought it was going to be a much bigger earthquake, but the most recent notable seismic activity in the immediate Los Angeles area occurred minutes ago, consisting of a minor 1.7 magnitude earthquake near Culver City and a 2.3 magnitude earthquake near Century City. The 1.7 was near Century City and the 2.3 was near Culver City. Because these magnitudes are well below 3.0, they are rarely felt by residents and cause zero damage. If you feel distinct shaking, you may be experiencing a very localized micro tremor or a slightly larger event that is still undergoing automated human processing by seismologists. What? This is crazy. So the most recent earthquake was today in Los Angeles. It was a minor earthquake, but sometimes those minor earthquakes happen before a much larger earthquake. Goodwill says Pacific Coast. Lamarck Morris says Black Lives Matter. Lamarck Morris says Black Power. I can dig it. Percy says the great aliens always trying to help us. Yeah, we're going to have to discuss that. Lamarck Morris says Black Love. Black Warrior Spirit said China was playing with technology that can manipulate the weather. Yeah, they did that at like the 2008 Olympics. They showed us that man can manipulate the weather and create rain. Then when they did it, then America like, oh man, we've been doing that. Oops, we should have been told you. But yeah, they can totally manipulate the weather. But they have been doing it so much now they done fucked up the natural balance. They done fucked up the natural rhythm of this thing that we call Earth. It's fucked up. They know it's fucked up. That's why Al Gore was going all around the world pleading to people, hey, we got to do this. Hey, we got to do that. Global warming is real because of this, that, and third. And they would say, man, shut your stupid ass up. You just trying to, maintain some relevance. But he was saying some real shit. Now we're about to start seeing it. They put it in the form of movies. The Day After Tomorrow, this movie, that movie, and all this type of shit. But say, man, hey, man, I'm going to go to the last five. We at the last five right here. Lamarck Morris says they're trying to hip the young people that living that life would not end good. Percy says most people can't feel those. That's true. Goodwill says every day the earth is shaking. Just put the app on your phone for Shigadell. Black Warrior Spirit says nuclear launches and test launches can cause earthquakes and tremors. I didn't know that. Well, yeah, wait, no, I didn't know that. Jay Jeezy says Mark, only them white YT folks want to talk about that. Percy says, yay, where were you when they filmed Imperial? I was right there the whole from when we got the money from I was there from when we went to the, being that the brother asked, and I'm gonna end this soon. I was there from point A to point Z with Imperial Dreams. So when we were shooting Imperial Dreams, I was right there. I can tell y'all some stories about that. We was about to get in a potential shootout with some dudes came to the projects and we had to, be out there with the pistols. We telling the production crew, hey, y'all watch out, cuz we from the street. So when we see cars circling and looking and all this and all that, we own it. You feel what I'm saying? Man, I got some stories that I can tell y'all about Imperial Dreams, dog. I'm talking about. Some people get mad at me. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you because man, listen, homie. I could tell you some stories about Imperial Dreams, man. Certain people was mad at me. I'm fucking females on the set. They mad and like, man, this guy is constantly, man, listen, dog. We had a great time filming Imperial Dreams, but just to answer your question, I was there from point A to point Z, from the start of Imperial Dreams, the script, which was about my life, all the way into the last day of shooting, all the way to it premiering at the Sundance film festival. I was there from point A to point Z, even when I had to go and sit with representatives from the mayor's office, the residential advisory committee of Imperial Quest housing projects, and a few local community activists that were in the LAPD. They had the LAPD in there. I'm gonna have to give y'all these stories one day, man. They did not want us to film Imperial Dreams inside of Imperial Course housing projects. They just didn't want it over there. On my mama. Like, you feel me? You would think that me being born and raised over there, me being the type of young dude that a lot of people thought was going to die or be in prison for the rest of his life or be a drug addict, because my mother's a drug addict, my father's a drug addict. A lot of people have been wrote me off. You feel what I'm saying? But to see the little dude that was the underdog that nobody thought was ever going to, majority of the people never thought was going to amount to anything, for me to come and say, listen, man, these is my people. This is the production crew. This is the producer. This film is funded by the individual who owns the Minnesota Vikings, Ziggy Wilf, and his wife. This film is financed by them. This is a story about my life. It's about this, it's about that, so on and so forth. You would think they would have got behind us like, come on, let's do it. Because originally, the original script of Imperial Dreams, man, it was so profound to where it was going to temporarily unite individuals from the Imperial Course housing projects, Jordan housing projects, and the Nickerson Garden projects. But some things happened. Shit got crazy. Not going to go into that right now, but one day we will go into it. Lamarck Morris says, JG, no, it's a lot of black like that prison. Huh? Prison booty. Jay-Z, Lamarck Morris says, no, he say JG, no, it's a lot of black like that. Prison booty bandit crap. Huh? What the hell is this? This is crazy. Percy says, for sure. Percy says, damn. G Traco says, I know about the PJs. I have been over there. It's a different world. Most definitely, man. You know, shout out to the PJs. Shout out to the Nickerson Gardens and Jordan Downs, High Siennas, man. Shout out to us as a people. One thing that you know is I try not to highlight or, you know, exalt my community and downplay anybody else's. So if I shout out the Hoovers, I got to shout out the neighborhoods and the gangsters and all that. I don't want to come off as being biased. So shout out the Watch, shout out the black men everywhere that's striving for improvement, man. This is the last comment. We're gonna get up out of here, and it is yours truly, Johnny Big Time, and he says, where were you when they filmed that one scene in Training Day? Man, I was in West Valley. I got refouled on from camp, and I played crazy. Well, I can't get into all that, but I was in what goddamn city is that? If it ain't Reseda, it's the Valley. I forget. It's in San Fernando Valley, but I forget the name of the city. But I was out there in San Fernando Valley at West Valley Youth Detention Facility, and I was getting ready to escape because I wanted to be in the midst of everything. So I'm talking to the homie. He's like, yeah, cuz, they filming a movie today. I say, filming a movie? He's like, hell yeah, cuz, they got these big ass trucks. They got these actors. They got Denzel Washington out here. Cuz I said, hell no. I say, nigga, Denzel Washington is in the project. Cuz said on Eastside, PJ Watch Crip, my young nigga. Nigga, I'm looking at nigga. And the nigga hung up in my face. I'm like, God, what the fuck? They got Denzel Washington in the projects, man. I'm out of here. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where I was at when they shot that scene in Training Day, man. Them was all the homies and all this and all that. You feel me? Lamarck Moore says, I was letting him know it's not only whites. I can dig it. No, JG said the whites like the booty bandit stories. Booty bandit stories, man. That's some freaky shit. That's kind of crazy. Man, listen. Before I just jumped on here to talk to y'all, man, I was just talking to this freaky ass female, man. And she talking about, because I called the dude Tank, the singer Sugar Tank. If he see me, then fight me. Then we don't, it is what it is, right? But Sugar Tank, because this dude said he was sucking bull heads and doing something else at a concert. I'm like, what you was doing what? And then he came and said that if a man performs fellatios on another man one time, he's not GAY. You are that, right? So that's why I start calling him Sugar Tank, right? So I'm like, yeah, Sugar Tank, this, that, and third. And she was like, no, he ain't GAY just because he let a female lick his gooch. She said, would you let somebody lick your gooch? I said, hell no, I ain't that motherfucker freaky. Ain't no female about to bend me over and do nothing sexual to me. And I didn't know the word for it, but she called it roach position. Ain't no female about to get me in no position to where my legs up or none is so crazy as she said, oh yeah, that's the roach position. So I'm just talking with this freaky ass female, and she talking about this. I don't know, man, this shit is crazy, but dudes want to hear stories of dudes taking booty from dudes. That's crazy. That's some Fleece Johnson shit. I don't know. That's just, I don't know. I don't know why a white man or a black man will want to hear stories of another man taking booty from anywhere or anybody. That's just beyond me. You understand what I'm saying? And I talk this freaky shit with these freaky ass females and shit about some, freaky shit with them. But you know what I mean? Taking booty, that's kind of crazy. I don't even taking booty. That's just beyond me. Lamarck Moore says, no, bruh, bet not touch me near that way, to each they own. Yeah, all that licking gooch and all that, that's too close to my butthole. You know what I mean? If you sucking my balls, that's cool. And I really don't even like my balls sucked. It tickle. I don't like to be tickled. Don't tickle me. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just a little too. And it's like, you know what I mean? You don't got to lay down or turn around and do no like weird ass positions for a female to suck your balls. But in order for a female to lick and suck on your gooch, she either got to lay you down or bend you over, and that's not cool with me. Some dudes may be cool with it. I ain't fucking around with that type of shit, and that just is what it is. But tying up, I be talking to these freaky ass females, and I'm trying to get them on the show to where we can have the freaky hours. And I know that my partner Joe, he been waiting for this freaky ass, these freaky conversations and shit, but to each his own, right? Some of these females be like, yeah, they be proudly saying, yeah, I eat ass. I said, you ain't gonna eat this one. That's one thing I ain't fucking with. I ain't fucking with you, eating my butt. I'm not fucking with you tying me up and all that type of freaky ass shit. That's a little too freaky for me. That if you want to suck my toes, you can gladly suck my toes. If you want to suck you can lift it up and my balls, but nah. Don't even lick my chest. That right there to me is GAY. Why would a man want a woman to start sucking on his chest? I don't give a fuck if you buff and cut up and all that. Like, why would you want a woman to suck on your nipples and all this so weird ass shit? I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm a freak, but I'm a regular freak. You know what I mean? And talking to these women, man, there's various degrees of this freaky deaky shit. Some of that shit is just a little too freaky for me, and I can't fuck with it. You know what I mean? Dudes be like, man, I want a freaky ass female. No, you don't. No, you don't. Women are naturally more freaky than guys. I don't give a what you say. She just give you a certain freaky level that's that befits or that's in alignment to your level of judgment or understanding. If she feel like you gonna judge her, she gonna act all modest. But if she feel like she can bump, get some dumb and all that type of shit, oh yeah, she gonna let you know. And she may, tell you some shit that had you like, hold on, no, I ain't doing no shit like that. That's disgusting. That's just a little too freaky. You feel what I'm saying? These different freaky ass females that like you to grab them by the throat and spit in their mouth. Oh, that's some freaky shit. See that right there? I don't mind getting down with that level of freakiness. You ain't gonna spit in my mouth, but just grabbing you by your throat and then spitting that shit in your mouth. And when I say shit, I'm talking about spit. I just wanted to, watch the language a little bit. But now that right there, woo, that's some freaky shit. She gonna get her ass towed up. Any woman that listen, man, it was this one female, man. I'm gonna just call her S. Man, this bitch S was a freak, Mac, freaky freak. God damn. When they say she's a freak of the week, they talking about her. Man, let me get off this shit, man. Y'all forgive me, man. Forgive me. JG says, no touching my back. You talking about your regular back or you talking about your backside? Because a female can touch my back all night, all day. Don't touch my butt. Don't touch my backside. If you want to give me a massage, I love massages, man. If you want to massage me, that's cool, but don't touch my butt. Do not touch my butt. I don't even play like that. Lamarck Morris says, excuse my typing mistakes. I'm at work trying to close the store for Shigadell. Black Warrior Spirit says, LOL, ha, ha, ha. Frank Nitty said, ha, ha, ha. JG says, no touching my back. Travis Smith says, yo, Bobby, who sent the prophets to the Israelites in the Bible? Who sent the prophets to the Israelites in the Bible? Who sent the prophets? I would say God. I mean, who would you say? Who sent the prophets to the Israelites in the Bible? I would believe God did. They had became disobedient type of people, so God sent them messengers to try to get them back on track. Even, I mean, Correct me if I'm wrong, brother Travis Smith. Yo, Bobby, who sent the prophets to the Israelites in the Bible? It was God. I don't know if you call your God Yahweh. I don't know if you call your God what is it? El Shaddad, or the Elohim, Eloah. I don't know what you call your God, but God sent the prophets. Who else would have the authority to send a prophet to prophesy to a people? So it's for 1,000. God sent them. Jay Jeezy says facts, Shay. Jay Jeezy says facts, Bobby. Man, call me Bobby. Hey, don't just call me regular Bobby, man. That shit is, you know what I mean? Frank Nitty says crying, laughing. Percy says white girls love eating. I don't, man. Ain't no woman touching my ass, man. That's gay as. I mean, forgive me. I shouldn't even be saying the G word, but that's G word. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, why would a guy want to even? Why would you want to do that? Because after she stick her tongue in there, that's just crazy, man. Nobody tying me up, man. Hell no, that is out. Some of y'all is into getting that doesn't even matter. Lamarck Morris says, tickles drive me crazy. I can't handle it. Drive you crazy. Usually when somebody say drive them crazy, that means that they like it. I don't know. I don't like to be tickled. And I just come straight out and say that. Don't tickle me. Man, I had this one female, man. The way she performed fellatios, it was like a tickle marathon. I couldn't take it. And she laughed, and you can't even, hell no, I can't take it. I can't enjoy it. It tickle. You know what I mean? How can I enjoy, you giving me some fellatios and it tickle? It's not enjoyable. You know what I mean? I can't, I can't. That's like a female giving you a foot massage and she tickling your foot. I can't enjoy the goddamn massage because you're tickling my goddamn foot. Either massage, caress, and do it the right way, or leave that tickle shit alone. I don't like all that tickle ass shit, man. I can't enjoy it. But I had this one female from out of Chicago, man. Oh my God. She thought it was disrespectful. She had flew out from where she was at. She was in Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, that's where she was. That's where she had flew out from. She had flew out from Madison, Wisconsin, and there wasn't no sex trafficking and none of that weird shit. This was someone like my girlfriend. We were a couple. We were we were love birds or whatever the case may be. So she came out from Madison. She was from Chicago, but she had moved to Madison, Wisconsin, and she had came out, and we had spent some time doing the LA thing, going to the beach. She was mesmerized when I took her to Cabrillo Beach out there by San Pedro, and she seen the ocean. She was tripping, right? She was in the water just like a gleeful kid and all this and all that. She was grown. Just want to put that out there. All right, so man, she gave me some fellatios that was so good, man, on my mama. I don't know if y'all ever experienced this. Who the fuck is this calling me? Hold on. This probably be one of them freaky bitches. I'm talking about some freaky shit. I'm gonna hit you right back. I love you. Gone. That was my kin folks. But yeah, man. So this female that I began to call Crip Chocolate, man, she gave me some head so bomb, man. I went to sleep. And she thought that it was disrespect, like I was enjoying it too much. The head was, man, why am I talking all this freaky shit with y'all, man? Yeah, I gotta get it. Man, goddamn, man. Yeah, I got something on my mind, man. I think I'm put forth more of an effort to Mr. Bobby Ye read Matthew 23:34 right now. Is you demanding or is you suggesting and asking, brother? Because it seemed like you came off a little kind of Matthew 23:34. Let's see what this say. Matthew 23:34 is a verse where Jesus tells the religious leaders that he will send prophets, wise men, and teachers to them, but they were hurt, unalive, and chase them away. Let's get the actual scripture. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to be reading to y'all from Matthew 23:34. 34 says, therefore, I am sending you prophets and sages and teachers. Some of them you will unalive and crucify. Others you will flog in your own synagogues and pursue from town to town. All right, for sure. I guess from the scripture that you just provided, Jesus sends prophets and teachers. But what about before Jesus became what about before Jesus existence what about before Jesus' existence in the physical realm? Who sent prophets and teachers then? It was the Most High God, whether you call him Yeshua, which is a name that they associate with Jesus, or whether you call him Yahweh, El Shaddai, or Jehovah Jireh, whatever you call it. But I'm going to stick to what I said. I believe that God is the one who sends teachers and wise men and prophets and messengers and angels, so on and so forth. I'm sticking to that. You know what I mean? That verse in the New Testament, it says that Jesus says, I'm going to send that, but Jesus and Lucifer has no authority without getting the authority from the Most High God. So if Jesus does anything, it's on the permission and authority of the Most High God. If you read the Bible, it says that I create hard times and I create bad times. I create light and I create darkness. For I am God, I create all things. So Jesus can't do anything without the authorization of the Most High God. And the same thing with Lucifer. When you read the Bible, Lucifer, they say Lucifer was going to and from. There was a council, or there was a meeting that God was having with other gods and God's children. And when Lucifer went in, they said, where you come from, Lucifer? And Lucifer say, to and from the earth, doing this and doing that. And then Lucifer brought up the situation of Job, and Job had to give him the authorization to go and harm Job. So Jesus doesn't do anything without the authorization of the Most High God and the approval. And Lucifer doesn't do anything with authorization and approval of the Most High God. So I'm going to stick to what I said. The Most High God is the one who sends us prophets, messengers, angels, and all this and all that. Johnny Big Time says, were you talking about Tank that sing Race Against Time? That's the outro I sing at the end of every live stream in the comments. Yeah, when you saying we out, Tank voice, I can dig it. Black Warrior Spirit says, great live and discussion at Mr. Bobby Ye. Cooking dinner, about to slay some of this fish and chicken. LOL, peace and love. What time is it? It's 9:03. I gotta go cook this chicken and sausage Alfredo for my daughter. Hey man, y'all step and be blessed. Travis Smith says that means Christ is God. No, Christ is not God. No man has ever looked upon the face of God and lived. No, Christ is not God. If Christ is God, then why was he, when he was crucified, he said, my Father, why have you forsaken me? How can you forsake yourself? If Christ is God, how could God be harmed by mere men? If Christ is God, why did Christ make the statement when Lucifer, why did Lucifer make the statement and say, jump off of this mountain or this cliff, and your Father should send legions of angels to come and catch you, lest you dash your feet upon the stone? If Christ is God, Christ is not God. Christ was a messenger that came to show that men, if they strive to it, if they aspire and endeavor for it, that they can be perfect, that they can conquer the flesh. Christ is not God. I mean, you can, let's see what the brother said. He said, hold on, bro, you going too fast. Let's talk about step by step. If God sent the prophets in the Old Testament, then Matthew 23:34 shows Christ is God. No, it does not show that Christ is God. Christ is not God. God is God. If you can argue that Christ is God, then we have to say that Christ is not God. Jesus came in the order of who? Who did Jesus come in the order of? Let's discuss that. Don't Google it. This, that, and third. Do you know in whose order did Jesus come in? What order did Jesus come in? There's a person that exists in the Bible that has more godly attributes than Jesus. That can be considered God if God was actually a man. If we were going to say that anybody in the Bible, any man in the Bible was actually God, there's only one person that you can really say, okay, this person was God, and it's not Jesus. Even Jesus tell you, I come on behalf of the Father. Jesus didn't say, I come on the behalf of me. He didn't say that. Jesus continuously gave credit to somebody outside of himself. Now, there's another person in the Bible that they say that he's the Alpha and the Omega. He has no beginning and no end. I mean, we can discuss this if you want to discuss this. Jesus is not God. I'm going to wait just a few minutes for you. Christ said, I sent you prophets. See, now you just want to hammer that in. I mean, bring some other information, share with us some other scriptures that can substantiate and reinforce what you're saying, other than saying that Christ said, you know what, I'm gonna let this go, because this can really be a 10-year-old kid on the other side of the computer that just left from Bible study and just learned something. So let me see if this guy Bobby ain't, if he knows this. Let me put this in the chat. This can be a little kid. If you want to have a conversation, what I'm gonna do, and I was about to get up off this thing, I'm gonna send you the link and let's have a conversation about it. Come up and let's have a conversation. Let's dedicate 5 minutes. Better yet, 3 minutes. Let's dedicate 3 minutes to just have a discussion of the Bible. I sent you the link. Let's have a discussion on the Bible. You're going to bring your supporting facts, and then I'm going to get some as well to counter what it is that you're saying when you're saying that Jesus Christ is God. Absolutely incorrect. The triune theory, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, existed thousands of years before Jesus was even thought of. One of the first concepts of a three-part God was Isis, Osiris, and Horus. And there's other regions of the world where there was this triune God, three gods in one. Even when you dissect Greek mythology, you got Poseidon, which is the god of the sea. You got Zeus, which is the god of Olympus, the heavens. And then you got Hades, which is the god of the underworld, the god of the deceased. So we see the triune theory, the concept of a three-part God, and even in Greek mythology. Even if we go into never mind. I mean, come on, brother. What we gonna do? We gonna have this discussion, or are we just gonna chat it out when we can just have a conversation like, you know, adults or, you know, two human individuals? I'm gonna give you 15 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I extended the invitation, man. I guess you declined, or you I don't know, but Jesus is not God. Let's not even start playing with the true essence of life by saying that Jesus is God. Jesus was a man. Jesus was a man that came down here and perfected and conquered his flesh. John chapter 1 is described. John chapter 1 is described. Show you ride, brother. All right, man. I'm above this thing, man. Shout out to Travis Smith. Hey, man, too black, too strong. We all we need, we all we got. All praise be to the Most High God and all power to the people. Let's live in peace before the rest of it, man. Shout out to everybody that watched this broadcast. Shout out to everybody that actively engaged, man. Shout out to Johnny Boy, Bunny Hunter Watch. Shout out to JG. Shout out to Frank Nitty, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I don't get on camera unless my face is covered. Cover your, oh, you're female. Got you. That must be a female. I don't know. But whoever you are, God bless you. And you know, let's set aside some time to where we can get deeper into that conversation that you said. Because what I'm about to do, I'm about to go do some research. You can pull up tomorrow. I believe tomorrow Sunday. Yeah, you can pull up tomorrow Sunday, and let's G Traco, much love and respect. So Travis Smith, I want you to know tell me what time you'll be available tomorrow, and then we can come. And if you prefer to bang it out in the chat, we can do that. John chapter 1 describes Christ is God. All right, I'm gonna check that out, man. Y'all step me blessed. You should play upon the Bobby WAJ, and I'm going. What's up, baby? It's Jay.
What's up, baby? It's Jay, yo, baby. I'm screaming out, why send y'all go crazy? I'm a project, baby. You know I'm crazy. I fuck her so good, she be like, hold on, baby. Nigga, your old lady. It's my new baby.